Ever thought about why the sky is blue, or how a chameleon changes its color? Stick around, we've got some fun facts that'll make your brain do a double take. Welcome to the world of curiosity, where every question has an answer, even if it's a bit odd. We're starting off with two questions you might have pondered about. Why is the sky blue? It's all due to a little thing we like to call Rayleigh scattering. When sunlight, which is made up of different colors, collides with tiny oxygen and nitrogen molecules in Earth's atmosphere, blue light is scattered in all directions more than other colors because it travels in smaller, shorter waves. This scattered blue light is what gives the sky its color. Now let's talk about those color-changing critters, chameleons. Contrary to popular belief, they don't change color just to blend in with their surroundings. Their vibrant transformations are actually due to changes in mood, temperature, and light. Underneath a chameleon's outer skin layer, there are several layers of special cells filled with pigments. When a chameleon experiences changes in its body condition or mood, it sends a message to these cells which respond by changing shape and mixing different amounts of pigment. This process is what causes the chameleon's skin to change colors. Did you know that chameleons can see in two different directions at once? That's right. They have the most distinctive eyes of any reptile. Each of their eyes can rotate and focus independently, allowing them to observe two different objects simultaneously. How cool is that? We hope you're as fascinated by these facts as we are. Our world is filled with so many intriguing phenomena, and we can't wait to take you on this journey of discovery. From the blue sky above to the color-changing chameleons, there's always something amazing to learn about. Pretty neat, right? But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's dive deeper into the world of fascinating facts. Scene script. Did you know that a snail can sleep for 3 years? Talk about a long nap. Now let's dive into the world of animal antics, where the unexpected is the norm, and the ordinary is, well, extraordinary. How about we start with the animal kingdom's version of a superhero, the mantis shrimp? This colorful crustacean has 16 color receptors in their eyes, while us humans only have 3. Imagine the vibrant world they must see. Plus, their punch is so powerful it can break glass. A superhero shrimp, who would have thought? Moving on to the land of giants, did you know that elephants are the only mammals that can't jump? But don't let that fool you. They're excellent swimmers. They use their trunks as snorkels when they dive into deep waters. Talk about a multi-purpose nose. And speaking of noses, let's talk about the star-nosed mole. This little creature has 22 pink, tentacle-like appendages on its snout that it uses to feel its way around. It's the fastest eater in the animal kingdom, taking only 0.2 of a second to decide if something is edible. Talk about fast food. Now let's flutter over to our winged friends. Did you know that hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards? These tiny aviators can also hover in midair, beat their wings 80 times per second, and remember every flower they've ever visited. It's hard to believe, right? And finally, here's a fun fact about man's best friend. Dogs' sense of smell is estimated to be between 10,000 to 100,000 times more sensitive than ours. So, when you see Fido sniffing around, he's not just dilly-dallying. He's exploring a world of scents we can only imagine. Sounds like the animal kingdom is full of surprises, isn't it? But wait, there's more. Ever wondered if you could hear a scream in space? Well, the answer might surprise you. Brace yourselves, because we're about to embark on a journey out of this world. Let's start with the big one, the sun. Did you know that the sun is over 800,000 miles in diameter? That's more than 100 Earths lined up, side by side. But wait, there's more. Despite its massive size, the sun is just an average-sized star in our galaxy. Mind-boggling, isn't it? Now let's talk about something cool. Literally. The coldest place in the universe isn't on some far-off alien planet, but right here in our galaxy. It's the Boomerang Nebula, and it's a chilly 1 degree above absolute zero. That's colder than a penguin's picnic. Speaking of cold, here's a hot fact for you. Did you know that a day on Venus is longer than a year? That's right. Venus rotates so slowly that it takes longer to spin around once than it does to orbit the sun. Talk about a long workday. Ever dreamed of becoming lighter without dieting or exercise? Then pack your bags for Jupiter. If you could stand on Jupiter, which you can't, by the way, it's a gas giant, you would weigh 2.5 times what you do on Earth. That's one way to lose weight, right? And for the grand finale, let's get back to our original question. Can you hear a scream in space? Drumroll, please. The answer is no. In space, there's no air to transmit sound waves. So if you ever find yourself in space, don't bother yelling for help. Nobody will hear you. Space is indeed a mysterious place. Ready for some more mind-blowing facts? Did you know that an average person walks the equivalent of 5 times around the world in their lifetime? That's a lot of steps. But let's talk about something even more mind-boggling. Picture this. We're all living on a floating rock that's spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour. And yet, we don't feel a thing. Isn't that amazing? Now let's take a trip around the globe. We'll start with Bhutan, a tiny country in the Himalayas. It's the only country in the world that measures its success not by gross domestic product, but by gross national happiness. Bhutan believes happiness is more important than economic growth. How refreshing is that? Next stop, Japan. Here's a fun fact about this island nation. There are more pets than children. That's right, the Japanese love for their furry friends is so strong that pets outnumber children. And did you know that Japan also has a festival dedicated to appreciating the beauty of the cherry blossoms? It's called Hanami, and it's a sight to behold. Now let's go to Turkey. In this country, it's a tradition to drink tea out of tulip-shaped glasses. It's believed that the shape of the glass helps to cool down the tea and enhance its flavor. And finally, let's talk about a natural phenomenon that's truly out of this world. The Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, is a spectacular light show caused by collisions between electrically charged particles from the sun that enter the Earth's atmosphere. These lights are seen above the magnetic poles of the northern and southern hemispheres. They're a sight that's definitely worth braving the cold for. So, you see, our world is full of fascinating cultures, traditions, and natural phenomena. Each one of them is a testament to the beauty and diversity of our planet. And that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of fun facts. But before we go, scene script. Here's a final fun fact for you. Did you know that a moment actually lasts 90 seconds? Bet you didn't see that one coming. Yes, you heard it right. A moment in medieval times was defined as 1/40th of an hour, or precisely 90 seconds. So next time you tell someone, wait a moment, remember you're technically asking them for a minute and a half of their time. Now let's keep the ball rolling. Have you ever wondered why pirates wore eye patches? It wasn't because they all had an injured eye. Instead, it was a clever trick to keep one eye adjusted to the dark for seeing below deck. How ingenious is that? And here's another one. You know how we often say, "Saved by the bell"? Well, it has a rather eerie origin. Back in the day, people feared being buried alive so much that coffins were fitted with a bell system. If someone were mistakenly buried, they could ring the bell, saving them from a premature demise. Creepy yet fascinating, right? Let's wrap up with a lighter note. Did you know that the world's oldest piece of chewing gum is over 9,000 years old? Now that's a chewy piece of history. And here's a bonus one for you. The shortest war in history was between Britain and Zanzibar on August 27, 1896. Zanzibar surrendered after 38 minutes. Yes, just 38 minutes. All right, we hope you've enjoyed these fun facts as much as we enjoyed sharing them with you. Remember, the world is full of surprises, so keep exploring and stay curious.